Welcome back to CryptosRUs. I am George. We're all George. So Bitcoin is still looking fantastic today. Overall, crypto market is looking fantastic today. But we have some very, very bullish news I want to share about institutions and hedge funds and several other large entities that is looking to accumulate Bitcoin and crypto. Not only accumulate, but accumulate a lot of it going forward. So this goes against the FUD that we've been hearing recently about how there's no institutional interest, no one wants to get into Bitcoin anymore. That's all nonsense. That's all nonsense. So let's talk about what was released today, and let's talk about what's going on in the world of crypto. So thanks for tuning in. As always, smash a like, subscribe to the channel. 2 streams every day, 11:30 and 8:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. So make sure you follow me on, or hit that notification bell first, and follow me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, CryptosRUs.com, and even Quora. All right, let's do this. Welcome, guys. Again, very lively crowd today. A lot of enthusiasm, a lot of happiness, and that's what I want to see. So let's look at Bitcoin. Starting with Bitcoin. 40,193, right? So right now, after breaking 40,000, Bitcoin is just kind of going sideways, and that's fantastic. We're holding above 40,000, looking like we want to break above. I've been showing you guys a few things recently about how that 30,000 could be the temporary bottom, and we are ready to continue this bull run. Yes, we've never left the bull run. We never entered a bear market. No, we're still in that 4-year cycle. The last year, the exponentially growth year. We're still in there. We're still in there. Remember, I've been showing you guys about the fear index. Today, looking much better, up to 38. However, I showed you guys this a couple times where if you just click on max over time and you graph the fear index, and then you'll realize that whenever there's a whole bunch of fear, right? You could call it capitulation, where people have just given up and just endless fear, endless FUD out there. During those times is usually when a bottom is formed, just like over here in 2018, over here in 2020, and look at us right now, right? We hit that bottom, that fear index, all the way as low as 10, and we just kind of like hovered there for a little bit, and now it looks like we're ready to break out. So this could be a really good bottom indicator. Also have another article that talks about that. But this kind of shows you how fear is such a driving force. It's such a driving force when it comes to investments. Not just crypto, but just investments overall, right? That's what I've been trying to do in terms of alleviate those fears, right? Help you stay calm, help you see through the FUD, because ultimately this is what it is. It's just fear. Fundamentally, nothing has changed with Bitcoin and crypto, right? So that's why we need to stay true, we need to stay focused, and we need to continue forwards. All right. So what else is there? What else is there? Let's start out with this. You know how I've been covering a lot of FUD recently, and how JP Morgan, the biggest bank out there, actually the second biggest bank out there behind Bitcoin, has been just nonstop articles about how Bitcoin's run is over. Here, look at this one. This was from 2 days ago, not long ago. JP Morgan warns of an incoming Bitcoin bear market, citing unusual developments in futures. Really? Thanks, JP Morgan. Are you really watching out for me? Are you really doing that? I don't think so. And then not too long ago before that, big institutional investors are dumping Bitcoin and going back into gold, JP Morgan says. Really? Again, you really care about the retail investor, huh? You really care about warning people about Bitcoin. Well, today we had a big endorsement. And this one is hedge funds expect to hold at least 7% of assets in crypto within the next 5 years. Now, how did they come out with that headline? Well, there was a survey done of 100 hedge fund CFOs, the ones that's in charge, And they're all very bullish. They're all very bullish about Bitcoin and crypto and expect to hold 7.2% of their assets in cryptocurrencies within the next 5 years. That's a huge amount. That's a huge amount. Right now, hedge funds just started getting in. Institutions started getting in. They hold very little amount. But if these hedge funds start all accumulating and buying and accumulating and buying and do their thing, I mean, this go equate. Oops, I just messed up my microphone. This is going to equate to a very, very large amount. A large amount. So, JP Morgans of the world, Goldman Sachs of the world, the IMFs of the world, the World Banks of the world, they're going to tell you one thing, but they're going to do another. And really what it's all about is them afraid of losing control, right? That's what Bitcoin does. It gives you your freedom back, your financial freedom. You can attain financial freedom with Bitcoin and crypto. And these guys don't want you to because they like having that control. You're at their mercy if you take a loan from them. If you take a mortgage note, if you take a car loan, you take any personal loan, you have a home equity loan, whatever loan that you have, you're at their mercy. And they're the ones that'll tell you yes or no whether or not you can withdraw your money. Think about how silly that is. Go to your bank and try to withdraw $10,000 and see what they ask you. Why do you want to withdraw $10,000? Why? Where are you going to do it? Or what are you going to do with it? We don't have that much cash on hand, so you'll have to wait until we could get some cash. Just go to your bank and ask them to withdraw $10,000 and see how difficult it is and how many questions you get asked. And you say, I refuse to answer, trust me, they go get their manager, and their manager's going to come and say, why are you withdrawing $10,000? I mean, you're going to get asked 100 questions for you spending your own money, right? This is what they don't want. They don't want you to break free of them. They are in control right now, right? Individual investors, average Joes, we all have bank accounts. We all rely on them, right? But Bitcoin and crypto provides freedom, and that's what they don't want. That's what they don't want. Even countries, right? Even countries are in control of bigger banks like the World Bank and IMF. Why do you think IMF and World Bank and ECB all have problems with El Salvador embracing Bitcoin? They don't like that at all. They don't. But you know what? It seems like El Salvador is still moving forward, and that's very positive. I believe they had that emergency meeting already, right? And I didn't hear anything of it, so I don't think they forced President Ayub to do anything drastic. But yeah. But anyways, the point of this is, I went off a tangent a little bit. But the point of this is, right, media FUD is just that. You can never trust what media is saying. Just take it with a grain of salt, everything that you read. I guess on the flip side, too. To be objective, yes, even on the positive things, take it with a grain of salt. But ultimately, what it comes down to is control. And media controls what we see, what we think, what we hear, right? Do your own homework, make your own assessment, and realize why these guys want to drive this FUD. Ultimately, it's because they want to accumulate. They have been accumulating. They already have a ton, but they want more. They want a lot more. So much so that you're not going to have any in the end. That is why you don't want to sell. You don't want to sell. You want to keep buying. Here's something else. Look at Grayscale. Grayscale and their institutional investments. Institutional investors. They just added $2 billion of Bitcoin into their Bitcoin Grayscale fund. Why do you think they added $2 billion worth of Bitcoin? It's because institutional investors are like, hey, Grayscale, we want to buy more Bitcoin trusts, right? Here's $2 billion. So Grayscale then takes the $2 billion and goes buys Bitcoin with it, right? Now, besides Bitcoin, look at Ethereum Trust is almost at $8 billion too. That is an enormous amount. And after that, you have Litecoin. No, actually, Ethereum Classic being third. Grayscale holds an enormous amount of Ethereum Classic. So Coca-Cola, who's a regular watcher, I know he's going to be happy about that. Then you have Litecoin. Then you have Bitcoin Cash. and you have some large cap fund and so forth. But obviously, the biggest two is Bitcoin and Ethereum. They continue to go higher and higher and higher because there is just a lot of interest, despite the articles that may say otherwise. Olsonis, thank you for that. Ibram, not a fan of Wink because it's part of Tron's ecosystem. And it's an Oracle. So I don't like Oracles outside of Chainlink. All right, so that also shows you that, yeah, there's a ton. There's a ton of buying. Ton of buying. All right, what else is there? Well, here's another one. A Fidelity executive says that the Bitcoin bottom is in. Now, why does he think so? Two reasons. And one of them correlates to what I said. It's the fear index, right? When there's capitulation and there's massive fear, that usually indicates that there is a bottom, right? Just like I've been showing you guys recently. But the other thing he talks about is how, if you look at this chart, how there's something else called GS, I'm assuming Goldman Sachs retail favorites. And if you chart that against Bitcoin, it looks very similar. You have triple, I guess you could call it a head and shoulders or whatever, or triple top. And then you could see that it went down. They both capitulated. And now the Goldman Sachs retail favorites is skyrocketing. And that's probably what's going to happen with Bitcoin. The reason why Bitcoin probably went down a little more, of course, is because of Elon and his ESG FUD. That's probably why it went down a little more. But now we are definitely on our way up. We're in recovery mode. So things are looking pretty good. Things are looking pretty darn good. Outside of this, today is a pretty light news day. Polkadot was added on Coinbase Pro. For those of you guys that are fans of Polkadot, I've been saying they've been undervalued for quite some time. They're just trailing. They're lagging others within the space, especially the big caps. So after being added on Coinbase, they received a pump. And of course, they're still trying to onboard parachains. Kusama did it first, and Kusama has been doing really well. But after Kusama, then it's going to be Polkadot. So there's a dual chain setup going on, and it's pretty good. It's pretty good. Dr. Strange, appreciate that. Superman, what do you know about the Asia broadband gold token? Nothing. And I don't know if it's going to do anything. I don't know if it's going to do anything. All right, what else is there? You know what? Overall, today's a quiet day. Market cap is up to 1.72 trillion. BT's dominance still about 43.5. Went up a little bit to 0.7%. So today is just the overall recovery day. Now, we haven't seen a tremendous pump yet. But you know what? When Bitcoin is up 25% with the last week, that's not too shabby. That's not too shabby. All the naysayers, all the fudders, they will always tell you one thing. Oh, look, Bitcoin is down from its high, right? Which was only like 4 weeks ago. But no one, these fudders will never mention, oh, look at how high Bitcoin went up from its bottom, from its low, right? No one will ever say that, well, except me and people that's holding on Bitcoin. But everyone else that wants to spread FUD, either they got burned or they never got in and they're just simply jealous, or people that just want to accumulate more. What they'll do is always make you look at the glass half empty, right? Bitcoin is not down and out. Bitcoin is up over 1,000% since a year ago. How could you argue that it's down and out? Bitcoin was at 3,800 in March of 2020. It's over 1,000%, over 10x from a year ago. Are you kidding me? People that are claiming that Bitcoin is coming down and going to zero. How silly is that? Don't let the Peter Schiffs of the world and the JP Morgans of the world tell you otherwise. Bitcoin is doing perfectly fine. It is healthy, and it is going to continue forward and break new highs for the rest of this year, right? And same thing with crypto too. Not just Bitcoin, Ethereum, Cardano, Binance Coin, Dogecoin, even XRP, Polkadot, Uniswap, Litecoin, Solana, Theta, and VeChain, and Polygon, and you just keep going and going and going. These guys are not down and out, simply taking a breather. You just have to continue staying strong, ignoring all the fudders, and taking advantage when you can. What's going on right now or what happened last few weeks, honestly just a good buying opportunity. It's bargains, bargains. The best way to think about it is the last few weeks were a gift. Were a gift to you or a gift to us, right? And it had you take an opportunity to be able to dollar cost average, or you simply hold, right? You did it right. You did it right. So that's pretty much it. What else did I make? Did I miss anything else? Would you say that staking is the only risk-free way to generate more coin without losing? Yes, that's the lowest risk. Because if you try to trade, that's higher risk too. All right, now before I get in Q&A, new sponsor for today, they are Streamr. Streamr. This is an old project. I remember this vividly because I covered them back in 2017. So Streamr is a decentralized platform from real-time data. So what does that mean? It's really, if you think about it, in my mind, they're a competitor to, say, IOTA, which is really about having a massive data marketplace that anyone can access and any project can share. That is what Streamr is all about. They want to let people monetize their own data. Not only that, share it so that people can utilize it, projects can utilize it, dApps can utilize it, and they have just everything built around that. Of course, the main thing is their data marketplace, which is very, very interesting if you think about it. If you actually listen to this short introductory video, they make use cases like how if you're in a car, cars could share data of where they are on the road. You could share energy data. You could sell data. You could tell, projects or companies or businesses where you are on the road. That's just a small example of what could be shared, right? But obviously, if you're a project, you could share a lot more of that. You could share pricing info. You could share the tokens that's on your DEX. You could share IoT devices, what they're doing, where they are. I mean, it's unlimited in terms of the data that can be shared. That's really what Streamr is all about. And I remember back in the day when I covered them, right? Of course, monetization. I remember their big project. I mean, the big company that I onboarded was HP, and they are working with HP currently. So not only HP, but they also have a few other partners, and they have onboarded a lot more since then. But I remember HP was definitely the big dog that they're working with right now. So that is the overall premise, but of course they have more pieces to that. You have data unions, which is basically a framework that allows dApps and projects to basically share that data and also, more importantly, monetize it, right? So not only are you sharing it, but you can also monetize it, because if anyone else wants to access that data from you, that could be very relevant, they could. So this allows you to do so, this data union. Of course, the Streamr marketplace I mentioned, and it's already operational. So you could see that even Binance is on here. Binance is providing the market data absolutely free, but you could see there's a lot of data already on this marketplace. So pretty interesting. Pretty interesting. Here's Ethereum gas price too. And they do have a P2P pub sub for real-time data, which is a messaging system. And this is really for IoT devices. Think about if you have a watch, you have a phone, right? It could be a smart TV. It could detect your watch is nearby and can turn on the TV for you. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that you could do, that you could program, but also you could create messaging systems. Hey, when something is near you, your bike is out of the garage, right? I mean, there's a ton of use cases for P2P data sharing. So they also have that. And recently, they did launch their testnet, which they are rewarding you to participate in, right? So they call it a Brubeck testnet. So if you want to run a node, which you could spin up on any computer, you can get rewarded with data just to test it out. So in a nutshell, that is what Streamr is all about. So if you want to check them out, their URL is in the description below. All right, guys, now let's do some good old Q&A. All right, And my sip of water. Let me scroll up. How do you feel about XRP and VET? Sully asks. I like VET a lot more than XRP. Although XRP, you can't discount it. It is a big cap. A lot of people are looking forward to the SEC lawsuit being dismissed, which will pump them. But I like VET a whole lot more right now. What else is there? Manjet says, love your reply to Ran on Q&A. Yeah, I think Ran is starting to copy my show, because now he tweeted out if he should do Q&A like me, like I have been doing for years. So I told him, no, that's my thing. Only I can do that. No one else can do that. Of course, I put a smiley face. I'm kidding. Binance Coin marketplace launch June 24th. Yes. We'll see. Binance just simply like rules everything. Like everything that come out turns to gold, really. So we'll see how that NFT marketplace is. They've been hyping it up quite a bit. So let's see. Someone says Chili's got listed on Coinbase Pro. It's pumping now. Well, that's not unexpected. I mean, I've been telling you guys I like Chili's. In terms of NFTs, there's only a few projects I really like. I've been telling you guys about Chili's for quite some time. I got in, I think when I started time on, I think Chili's was like 150 million market cap. Man, they have gone up quite a bit. So I'm glad to hear that. Michael asks, if billions and billions from all these hedge funds and massive institutions are being put in BTC, how is the price not 50,000? I'm new to this because they buy OTC. They don't buy in the spot market. All of this is buys and sells from the spot market. Most buys from these big guys, including Michael Saylor. They don't buy on Coinbase. They don't buy on Gemini. They buy behind the scenes. And when you buy behind the scenes, it does not cause the price to go up at all. But the number of coins on the exchanges goes down. Like, if you look at their statistics on CryptoQuant, they'll show you the number of Bitcoin on exchanges just going down and down and down and down. Eventually, it gets to a point where there's none. And then that's when Bitcoin will be above $1 million each. Geoff says, when do we go see I'm George, we're all George merchandise? It's already here. You can see it on YouTube. You're probably using some kind of ad blocker so you don't see it. Right under my live chat is usually where you see the merchandise. If Michael Saylor can increase the value of BTC by buying on a spot exchange, what would be a reason not to? Because then it's not beneficial for him. Then he gets less. So if you're set, let's say you have $500 million, you could buy 8,000 Bitcoins. I don't know if that's the exact math, but let's say you buy 8,000 Bitcoins for $500 million. But you buy a spot exchanges, Bitcoin starts pumping. Now that 8,000 turns into 7,000, turns 6,000, turns 5,000. So you end up with 5,000 Bitcoins instead of 8,000. It's not smart for you to do that, right? And if he's doing it through micro strategy, shareholders are not going to like that either. That's the reason why he won't. He won't do that. Although I wish he would, but I understand why he won't. Were you able to pick up Telcoin? Team indicated key announcements, end of Q2. I picked up Telcoin before already. Before this whole bank thing. Just a small amount. But the charter bank thing seems interesting. I was always neutral on Telcoin until I dug into them a bit more. And over the past 3 years, I found that they have done some amazing things with the remittances between different continents and countries. They have really opened up themselves. So I became more bullish after that. So we'll see what this big announcement is. But it's probably something to do with their bank. Their bank. I would guess so. Alright. I gotta scroll here. Tin Man. Hey, appreciate it. I'm missing a lot here. What are your thoughts on Rapids? Seems to be a constant high performer. No. And for tricking me. You are banned from this. I'll put you in timeout. How do you feel about Tezos growing 23% active address compared to ETH? It's good. It's good. There's a lot of projects that have grown their addresses quite a bit. I mean, I've shown that with Binance Smart Chain, and Tezos is great. I just don't hear that much about Tezos. I honestly don't. I think Tezos does a really, really horrible job in marketing. A horrible job. Pi Network, can you... Yeah, I never got into Pi, so can't really comment too much about that. More importantly, can you help me understand the long-term utility of BTC? Long-term utility is it's going to make you a ton of money. That's the long-term utility. It's a store of value. It doesn't need to be used. It doesn't need to be a medium of exchange. Look at what gold is doing. It just sits there in vaults. That's what Bitcoin is going to be. It's going to sit on ledgers inside a bank vault or inside your home in a safety deposit box or a lock box or whatever. That's really what it is. But now, of course, it's not just sitting idle. There's a big upgrade that's coming with Taproot that's going to make it a little bit more private, also easier and cheaper. And of course, there's a lot of layer 2s that is still being developed for fast transactions. And there's talking about DeFi running on top of it. So it could be that it evolves into something much greater than it is now. But even as it stands right now, the ultimate value, the ultimate reason why you should hold is because it hedges against inflation, it's a store of value, and it helps you break free from all the financial shenanigans that we're seeing now. Do you feel like the bulls are setting up a trap? I don't know. Greeting from Israel. What's your favorite Star Wars movie? You know, I'm actually not a big Star Wars fan. And I watched all of them, and the last few just, I didn't like. I didn't like. So I don't know. I'm more of a Star Trek fan than Star Wars. So I'll just leave it at that. I'll probably get a lot of hate for that, but just not a big Star Wars fan. Dr. Sunny, B Pro question mark. What do you want to know? What do you want to know? Johnny asks, what are your thoughts on Stellar? Did I hear right? Polkadot is on Coinbase Pro. Yes. I just don't know what's exciting on Stellar. They have onboarded USDC, which means that they want to get into DeFi, right? But, I don't know. There's nothing like big to look forward to. The WorldWire seems to have halted with IBM. I don't know what else is going on. So I'm kind of neutral with Stellar. Talk about BTC shorts amassing right now. Data shows a gigantic short position. No. And I showed that before. That's on one exchange. And it's actually not that massive. So I've actually created an entire video about that. So check that out. Hogo Finance, Launchpad, competitive, Dex sale, Unicrypt launching soon. Okay, sounds good. What's the best low cap altcoin worth buying right now? Like all of them. Everything is down like 80% for these low cap ones. But there's a lot of good ones. There's a lot of good ones. I still like Nulls, which is a low cap. I like B Pro, which is a low cap. There's several others that I even forgot about. Like KuCoin is another one. There's many low cap ones. I've been talking to some of the old projects that have survived, so I want to see what they do, right? So I mean, there's still a lot out there, and anything that's a small cap is under $1 billion. So there's a ton. There's a ton that's under $1 billion. If you're talking about micro caps, that's under 100 million in my definition. So there's a ton there too. Yeah, it's definitely not this coin. It's not one of them. Yeah, I don't feel like going through. I don't feel like going through a small caps right now or micro caps. Did you see XRP flash down to like 23 cents today? I did not see that. Interesting. It's probably some exchange I couldn't handle a large sell volume or something. Got into exchange crypto this year. This is from Chris. I found George. I now hold on DCA. Became happy when there's a dip so I could buy more. Congratulations. I mean, that's really how you should do it, right? Most people I know don't do that. Most people come into the space. They're like, oh, everything's pumping. I'm just going to put all in right now, right? Doesn't matter. And then when things come down, they're like, I made a big mistake. And then they panic sell and they leave. That's not what you want to do. You gotta realize what you're buying into, right? And even if you buy at the top and it comes down, you know what? You continue holding. You continue on, especially if you buy the good project. Now, if you buy some bad meme hype coin, I can't, that's different. But if you're buying good crypto, the ones that have potential, the ones that have a ton of dApps, DeFi running on top of them, and Bitcoin, what you want to do is hold. You want to hold. You want to keep investing, right? That's ultimately the name of the game. Yun Sin, appreciate that. Arnold. Have you looked into Breastcoin? 150 donated. No, I have not. It's a legit charity project. No. Here. I'm going to clarify. On all these supposed charity projects. And people throw out large numbers. Oh, they have donated 100,000. I donated 150,000, right? But look at how much has been collected. The dollar amount of donations. It's a small percentage of the overall sale of the token, overall market cap of the token. So I don't support any of them. I get pitched all the time. It may seem like it's a really good cause, right? But ultimately the project was not created to be given to charity. It wasn't. It's just a way for you to make you feel good about yourself to invest in the project. So I don't support it. And no project has convinced me otherwise. I get pitched all the time. I look at their token economics. It's horrible. 0.1% of transactions donated to charity, or 1% or 3% of the total supplies given to charity. Well, what about the 97%? What about the 99%? Most of that is going to the pockets of the founders. So it's just ridiculous. What do you think about the Exodus wallet in general and for staking? I didn't know you could stake ADA on the Exodus wallet. I've used the exchange before. I didn't know they came out the wallet. So I think most people that are staking ADA, they do it through Deadless wallet or this other wallet through Cardano themselves. So I don't know. I haven't tried Exodus before. Do you enjoy working on your own cards? I used to, and then I stopped. I don't have time anymore, and I don't want to deal with bloody knuckles and cut fingers and jam thumbs. It's just not for me anymore. Like easy stuff, oil change or whatever, I used to do. Even that I don't do anymore. So I just don't have time for it. My priorities have changed. A demo, DeFi, or ShopX. I have not looked at this before. This is also ultra low cap. These are too low. I mean, this is, if you look at this, they basically died. They have no traction at all. Not even a blip of recovery. So, no. Sorry, Roy. Performance fuel injection. Thanks for consistency. Genuine message. Thank you. Do you eat FUD Geos for the irony? I don't even know. Is that a real project or are you just saying that? There's a FUD finance. Wow. I don't know what that means, but thank you. Yeah, small project on KuCoin. What did they do? Crypto for humans, simple, secure, censorship resistant cryptocurrency. Okay. So it's a payment system. Okay. Get donations. Who's gonna send people donations? Other than me, of course. But well, like normally, you know, you wouldn't have a payment system to collect donations. But anyways, okay. No thoughts about it. It's just a payment system. If they could stand out somehow, then great. But right now, they don't stand out to me. Sully says KlueCoin is a very real hosted by well-known donation. I still don't buy it. Layer 2, I don't I don't prefer either one because I don't leverage. But yeah. So there you go. All right, anything else? That's it, I guess. Does lack of volume concern me? No, it does not. It does not. Volume is one of those things. It might be gone one day. It'll come right back the next day. You can't predict anything with volume. All right, guys. That's pretty much it. You know what? Like I've been saying, ignore the media FUD. You know, they'll tell you one thing, but really the people behind the FUD is doing another, right? So today, pretty darn good news from Grayscale, buying more Bitcoin. Pretty good news from hedge funds, CFOs that expect to buy a lot more of crypto going forward. So, I mean, these are things that's happening behind the scenes, right? Accumulation, a lot of accumulation, and that is what we should all be doing because accumulation and holding, that is the name of the game. That is the strategy to follow. All right, guys, that's pretty much it. Sully, no, I do mind looking at it. Sorry. All right, that's it, guys. Thanks for tuning in. As always, smash a like, subscribe to the channel, check out Streamr, and also check out all my various partners and sponsors if you're interested. All right, have a good one, guys. Tune in tonight, 8:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. Take care. Bye-bye.